Good evening and tonight, viewers. It's Three Roads Gaming, here with more Let's Play Breath of the Wild. Last time we got a guy married, and this time we're gonna save Zora's domain. King Dora fan. And yes, they remember us because they're still around. Mifa really wanted Link's bod, let's put it that way. Yeah, we can't breathe water. Gonna skip it. It's just looking at the elephant. That's all. Like it doesn't establish anything new. Yes, on the street in your mind. Side on. Zora armor is well worth it. I love his little waddle off. Anyway, to get Muzu on board, it's an easy fix. We just throw on the Zora armor. He's at this here statue here. This scene might still play out the same, where Link remembers Mifa, but Muzu won't be convinced until he sees Link in the Zora armor, which is basically the equivalent of, like, asking him to marry her. Anyway, I'm not gonna show off all the flashbacks. I'm a busy man. Anyway, he's gonna make it sound like we have to go up to Ploymus Mountain. But in reality, I just bought them. You can just buy them. And yes, the Zora's armor has a very nice fringe benefit. Lets you fly up waterfalls. Very nice piece of armor. I'm gonna take the shock arrow. Now I have 69. Nice. Anyway, I'm going to use the spiked bow for this, because the strength of your bow doesn't matter. Sounds like something out of a successory. And yeah, that's Gaddison. If he had been around, I could have talked to him and been like, hey, buddy, you, want to come to Terrytown? And he's like, no. But I'm not the only Zora whose name ends in son. It seems like there's not going to be a follow-up to Tears of the Kingdom. So, the only thing that they didn't do that I wanted them to do was have an ability to go underwater. I like those. I like games that let you do that. I don't know why, but I do. See all kinds of fun stuff down here. Get some iron boots or something. I'm ready. So I generally tackle the beasts in the order in which I'm going to LP them. Obviously start with Vomito, because Rivali's Gale is bar none the best ability. With that said, I then go to the Zoras, because they're actually really easy. And then I go to... Then I tackle the Desert Camel, because that one... It's not so much that it's a good ability, it gives you... You can get a really good item after you finish the... There we are. You can get a great item after you finish the dungeon there. Swim upward. There we are. Come on, Sidon. There we are. Like good Charlotte said, hold on when you feel like letting go. No. There we are. You can actually, like, put a Cryonis out and it'll... Okay. Or sometimes that can happen. Ah.
We're getting closer.
Been moving around. What is this? Looking for ultimate weapon?
All right, go.
Or ultimate weapon? There we are. We did it. We've gained access to the elephant. We still have to reclaim it to prevent the rain, but still, for the first time, for the first time in a while, they're enjoying it without rain. There was actually, I think, some place in, I want to say Asia, where it rains constantly.
Well, Link,
Maybe not like all the time,
looks like
but
this is where the real work starts.
almost all the time. And they sent like some government agents there to kind of keep an eye on the rainfall, and they all ended up like taking their own lives because, you know, you never see the sun. And that's an underratedly powerful aspect of mental health. That's why seasonal affective disorder is a thing. So yes. I forget where it was. I think it was somewhere in Southeast Asia. But I mean, the residents were used to it. Because, you know, they grew up with it. But you used to anything. It's just if you take someone that's not used to it and stick them in that environment, well then, they're not going to have a good time. Alright, so we need the guidance stone. I'm going to stick to the spiked Bokobo because, I mean, these guys have like 1 HP. There we are. Want the guidance stone in there. Ah, Cryonis. Alright, cool. So for this one, we move the trunk. Let's see if I can remember all of these.
Good. You will see. Take Ruta. Be careful.
And there's the central room right there, but instead we're gonna go up. Yeah. Mind the malice. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do here... We want to... stop that while it's... in a state we can interact with. There we are.
There are 4.
Alright. Now. Get in here. Okay. Now I can hitch a ride on one of these here paddle wheels here. Alright. And I can press this, and now I can get back up here quickly by way of the Zora armor. Okay. Up there. Oh, I think I can get up there this way. Excellent. Alright. We want the trunk to be all the way down. Hell? I thought those things only had 1 HP. There. Forget what this one is. Hey, ancient shaft, I'll take it. They've definitely got their uses. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna switch Joy-Cons between episodes because the left drift on this one is just obscene. Alright, now we can get up here. Go through here. Alright, cool. Excellent. Ugh. Rotating this one's kind of a nightmare, but that's fine. Okay. Now I think here, maybe? Too bad I don't have, like, a fruit that'll put out water. Maybe all the way back here, actually. Oh, alright. Over here, maybe? One of these. I was looking at where I was relative to where the trunk is. There we go. Oh, alright. I was just a little impatient was the problem.
There are 3 times.
Alright. We go down there. Go up here. Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to get up here legit, but Rivali's Gale makes all things possible. There we are. That'll also take this one. Those are some deep roots. See what we got here. 10 ice arrows. We'll kick those out of bed. Alright. Yeah, when you're on a surface like this, you can't really climb it, so you gotta be careful. There. I mean, I could get there from that other ledge, but I mean, why eat hamburger when you can have steak? Alright, now I gotta basically just wait for it to get... Wait for it to do this. Alright. Now I can drop down here. And it'll be there to catch me when I fall. Okay, so here. Wow, still? Okay, there we are. I guess that thing's got to be a friggin' 180 degrees upright.
There are 2 times.
Okay, I know where one of them is. One of them is in... Ooh, there's a treasure chest. I like the treasure chest. ₹100. I'll definitely put that to good use. Okay, so the gimmick here... is that basically you have to be... Ugh. So yeah, that ball has to be in there. Am I supposed to get in there anyway? Alright, let's try this smarter. There we are. Okay, so this is a pretty easy fix. What we do is we go with stasis. Then, once it's in the, once the ball is in the slot, you make it stay. Force it to stay put. Ah. Huh. Oh. Well, you know what? I'm gonna get this one first.
Just one.
I know where that last terminal is. First things first, let's get up here. Also got this chest. Ancient spring. Ooh. Chest. Not really worth it. Okay. So, what we do here? As soon as it's looking like it's about to fall, we lock it in place.
You activate. There should be a new glow. Be careful not to let.
Perfect. Of course, now that you've hit it, it's going to stay open. Alright. Let's get ready for boss time. Bomb arrows, master sword. And I don't really need Zora armor, so I'm going to go for my champion's tunic. Also going to put Cryonis up. Take down Water Blight Ganon.
Careful, that spear has a long reach.
Well, I've got a longer reach. With one exception, the Blight Ganons aren't difficult. This one is probably the second most challenging, just because he's annoying. He's really, really annoying.
Careful, not much room to operate. Now's your chance.
Thankfully, he stays down. Yeah, what you're supposed to do is use Cryonis to call away the ice blocks he summons. Or you can just, you know, triple bomb arrow him constantly. Anyway, he's just gonna writhe and die. We did it. We've saved the Zora. Nothing in here that I care about. I could get that one chest that was... that So it was kind of like stuck and I'd have to use stasis to free it, but nothing I really care about. We've done it. Ruta has been freed. It's going to stop spewing rain upon the fine folks of Zora's domain. That kind of rhymed. Mipha's Grace. It's not on the level of Rivali's Gale, but it's pretty good. If you get knocked out, she revives you with some extra hearts. Definitely has saved my ass a few times. So it's like a fairy on steroids. On ferrioids. Anyway, let's go talk to King Dorephan. Get our just reward. Yeah, he'll eventually become king at some point. Oh yeah, they're gonna cheer us. So we've made friends of the Zora yet again. We get the light scale trident. A solid spear. And now all that rain is no longer going to be a thing. So there won't be rain out in the woodland area. Also, parts of Akala are also being rained upon, but that's no longer the case. Alright, well, next time I'm going to get the woodland tower now that I can actually climb. And I'm going to head to the desert, see what they need. Though first I think I'm going to get some... Well, I'll show you. I'll just show it off. Anyway, this has been Three Roads Gaming. Sure, I'm glad the road brought you here. Hope it brings you back my way again soon. Have a good one, everybody.